Hello everyone, Lucoshi here and welcome back to another daily episode. Today we are building an exhibit for Gharials. As requested by multiple people actually, by Robert Verlinde, by Mr. Meme and by Emmanuel. So I figured I should do one, if so many people want one. Right off the bat, today was not a good day creativity wise. I really was not in the mood to play Zoo Tycoon, but I did it anyway, and that is also an accomplishment for me. So that is why we are doing these daily speed builds, to up my determination. And still we made something, and obviously it's a pretty big and long build, as the episode is longer than the other speed builds combined. So yeah, let's see how good my voiceovers are again, because it's been a while since I've done this long of a video. So, let's talk about what we're doing. We are making an indoor enclosure, obviously, for the Gharials, with a kinda Indian temple-ish feel to it, and very jungly. So you see me tinkering around a lot with the elevated paths, because as you all probably know, those are a pain to work with, but they're the best we can do. So yeah, for the roof, the glass roof, I wanted to have that because I like that in crocodile enclosures, just to get some natural light in and to have kind of a greenhouse effect, so it's a bit warmer for the reptiles because they're cold-blooded and all. And because of the new added slanted glass roofs by Sophie, we can now kind of make a curve in the glass roof, which is cool. So that is what I want to try for today, which is what I did. So far we have had something new to try in every single exhibit, and I really like doing that. We also have the hanging bridge kind of thingy. It obviously doesn't look right or good, it's way too wide, it's way too blocky, but it's the best I could do right now. I didn't have any better ideas. And like I said, I wasn't really in the mood to try a million ideas. I just wanted to get it over with, to be honest. And it's not because I don't like Gharial exhibits or I don't appreciate the suggestions. It's just because I wasn't in a mood to build today. I was in a very lazy, I want to do nothing mood today. Because it's still snowing and I don't like snow, so it was cold and But oh well, you don't want to hear negative thoughts, I'm sure of that. So let's talk about the build again. I wanted to have an underwater view. I wanted to have the bridge on top so you could have a view of the actual exhibit from up top, and then I wanted an underwater view under the bridge, which ended up being a little bit to the right of the bridge because it wasn't very logical to have it exactly under the bridge, and it would be annoying because then you'd have people walking above your head and stuff, and as it's in a kind of rainforesty building, it would probably get dirty and wet and stuff. You don't want that. So it's over here. The logistics of the building are a bit weird because there's no way of getting out of here, but there's probably a gate somewhere, and it's supposed to be part of a bigger Indian/Asian rainforest kind of building. So yeah, I like doing that, giving context to my separate builds, because it adds a lot. A building without context is not very useful. Then yeah, it's not immersive, it doesn't look complete, and it isn't complete. And in a real zoo you also wouldn't see an exhibit on its own, you would see it in a context with other buildings and other exhibits and other scenery around it. So that's what I like doing. And honestly, the surrounding scenery is what I have most fun with most of the time. I enjoy doing that way more than the actual exhibit most of the time, which is never just me being weird, but oh well. Yeah, I wanted the exhibit to be very sandy and very tropical, so we have the very light sand textures in there, And then the outside is more of a dark dirt kind of texture, just to give more of a rainforesty feel. And then the actual Gharial exhibit is more of a tropical mangrove kind of feel. And honestly, I'm not sure if Gharials even live in the mangrove or not. Not even sure if there are mangroves in Asia. But oh well. This Gharial lives in this exhibit at least. Is it even pronounced Gharial? Or Gharial? Gharial? I have no idea. I'm going to say Gharial. It's an Indian Gharial, not a false Gharial, because I got a request for an Indian Gharial. So make of that what you will. Turns out there are actual Gharials in Europe at the moment. I always thought they weren't in zoos in Europe, but apparently at least Paradise has one in Belgium. Because, well, it's Paradise, they have everything, so it makes sense. But yeah, that's cool. I have to go there because I like Gharials. I would like to see one. Getting tropical foliage is hard on its own, but getting tropical foliage which fits under a roof is an entirely different problem. So that's why the roof is insanely high. Well, it's not that high, I guess, but it's unusually high for my builds. But that's so we could get the trees in there. Oh, this is something I do really like about this build. I used the benches to kind of make planks for a bridge over here. Kind of a broken bridge kind of idea. And I think that was kind of cool. I think that's kind of nice. And then here we start with the temple scenery. And oh boy, that took a long time. It's something I also did in the Tatanaboa exhibit, so I guess it wasn't useless after all. So yeah, we just throw lots of pillars together and raise the ground under it a little bit to offset the pillars, so we get this huge heap of stones and kind of a fallen temple-ish idea. Because I looked at images of Indian temples and they're hard to get in game. And this kind of messy stone formation thing reminds me of it. And in my head, I had a great idea with, I'm going to use the concrete beams and stuff from my own building back and it will look great. But in the end, it doesn't really look great. So I was planning on having a huge mural at the back of the exhibit, but in the end, I didn't do that, and now it looks kind of boring. And yeah, uncharacteristically boring. I like to think, at least. I don't like bland, boring walls, so sorry for that. But I'm not good at building huge stuff. And I know that sounds weird because I have the Dierbak Genk series, but yeah, it's not for me. I really like building small enclosures like the past few speed builds, so please keep that in mind when suggesting stuff. I've seen suggestions for tigers and gorillas and entire aquariums with manta rays and stuff, but that's not for me. Especially if I have to do these on a daily, I just can't. The otter exhibit and the Arctic fox exhibits take me 2 to 3 hours, and this one took me way longer, and this is even a small build, so please keep that in mind. I try to still make it look interesting, but it's hard. We have very big exhibits to still make them very detailed. But that's it, actually, for this build. I think. Or isn't it? Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, not at all. It isn't for the exhibit. I still have to do more of the surroundings, because right now I have the entire walkway and stuff, which looks very messy, but from the ground it kind of looks cool. And I think in real life it would work. But yeah, you see me tinkering around with the concrete slabs, and it does not look good, but I wanted something there. With a bit of a darker color, I think it would look better. But, oh well, not everything can be amazing. Not saying that my previous stuff is amazing, but not all my stuff can be something I'm really perfectly happy with. Let's say it in that way. Also, these support stuff for the roof were very weird. Not really the support, but the connecting it to the rest of the roof. they're very iffy to get right because of the weird angle they're at. You have to use all kinds of different objects and it doesn't really work. I'm still really happy we have them though. They're really, really useful. So here I just start filling in the rest of the backdrop, the rest of the building, kind of with more trees and rocks and plants and stuff, just to have a backdrop, just to not have a completely empty side to the build. Looking back at it, it's a mess, but it's kind of an organic shape, and I do like that. That's something rare in Zoo Tycoon, and something rare for me in Zoo Tycoon, so I like doing that. Now it is actually it for the build. So we're going to take a look at the good old cinematics. I've had multiple questions over the past year about these cinematics, and if anyone still really doesn't understand how they work, I would enjoy making a video about it. So if that's something that you guys want, I'm more than happy to do so. And anything else, just ask me to make something about it and I will. But keep in mind, for the speed builds, I'm not doing entire zoos. I'm doing separate exhibits, and I don't want to do huge stuff. I want to do smaller stuff with nice challenges. So, and no dinosaurs. And no fantasy stuff. Just alive animals in cool settings. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.